Today we're in Launceston exploring the Tamar Valley wine region. We've got 3 different wineries lined up with a break at a Stillhouse in the middle. So we'll be doing tastings, checking out the costs and letting you know which ones stand out the most. It's going to be a chilled day here in Tasmania, so grab a glass and now let's get started. Welcome to our first stop on the winery tour, which is the Swinging Gate. This is one of Tamar Valley's boutique family-owned vineyards, and they're especially known here for their Pinot Noir. So it's time to go inside and try one. However, before we do that, let me show you the views you get over the vineyard. Look how beautiful that is. The views here in Tasmania are amazing, and just to add a vineyard to it makes it look even nicer. You might also be able to see the glamping pod, so you can actually glamp here too, which is pretty cool. So people probably glamp here, go and get a load of drinks, take them back to their glamping pod and have a great night. So we're going to go inside now and try that Pinot Noir. So the outdoor seating of the winery is pretty much full. It's been very busy today. That's probably because it's between Christmas and New Year and it's a Saturday, and it is a lovely day too. Inside though, it's really nice. It's sort of farmyard barn vibes, and they've also got a pizza oven just outside which is making pizza, which looks very nice too and smells delicious. So if you're hungry, this is a good place to come. But we've got ourselves one of the famous Pinot Noirs to try. So obviously I'm more of a white wine drinker, but I thought I've got to try it if it's famous for its Pinot Noir. So let's see what we think. That is definitely one of the better Pinot Noirs which I've had. I'm not usually a massive fan, so I definitely recommend giving that one a try. You can actually also do a tasting of 7 different wines too, and that costs just $15. So if you've got time for that, you can do that as well. Next up is Loira Vines, another stunning boutique winery with views over the vines. They're known for their elegant Rieslings that really show off this cool climate region. So let's go and see what they've got on offer. But before we do that, let me show you the vineyard on the outside. So there's the vineyard, literally about 10 centimeters from Loira Vines itself, which is here. It's really nice actually. It's got loads of flowers and it's got a really nice garden to it too. So hopefully we can go and sit out there and enjoy our wine. So again, this one is really busy, and we were lucky to actually get a table at this one, so I definitely recommend booking them if you do come here. Obviously we're around the Christmas period, so it's going to be busy anyway, but it's really nice. I'll show you outside a little bit later on once we've tried the wines, but they have a lot of different things on offer and really affordable too. So we'll start off with what's called the full flight tasting, and you can basically try 7 different wines, 2 different beers / cider, and 2 different gins for just $20, which is about £10. And the amount of liquid which you get accounts to 2 glasses of wine. So that is really good, well worth doing that. If you're more of a gin fan too, you can also get a gin flight, which costs just $24 per person, and that uses the different grapes which are used for all of the wines which they have here. So that's again really affordable. Then they've obviously got the non-alcoholic drinks, and then they've got the teas and coffees and juices if you don't like to drink alcohol. But because we're a bit rushed for time today, we asked the lady if she could do less wines or sort of somehow speed up by putting all the glasses on the table. And what she's done is she's basically given us 2 glasses worth of wines, like on the full flight. However, we've only got 4 different wines, which are half glass each. So we've got the sparkling wine, we've got the white wine, we've got the rosé, and then we've also got the red wine. So these are the 4 ones which we are going to be trying. So let's start off with the first one. The first one which we're going to be trying is the sparkling Pinot Noir Chardonnay, which is quite unusual to get because they either usually do a sparkling Pinot Noir or a sparkling Chardonnay. However, this is like a combination of the 2, and apparently it's perfect for a day like today where the sun is out, as it tastes very refreshing. So let's give it a try and see whether we agree with them. That's actually really good. Yeah, that's very nice. That could potentially be up there with the Fianos, so I quite like Fianos. So if you've gone back and seen the Adelaide Hills video, I'm a Fiano fan. This is delicious. The next wine on the flight is the Pinot Gris, which I think I might quite like this one too, as it is a white wine. It looks delicious too, really nice in colour. So if I show you that there, and we'll give this one a try. It's meant to be more of a natural sort of wine, right, and it's got no sulphur added to it either, so hopefully we should get the taste of the grape. That's a really good white wine too, not very acidic at all. I'm actually going to probably put this as one of my favourite whites that I've tried as well since being here in Australia, which is a big statement because I've tried some good ones. The Fiano definitely being up there, like I said earlier. So far, Loira Vines is a must to come visit because it's tasting delicious. Wine number 3 is the Rosé, and again, it looks really nice colour, so I am looking forward to trying this one, bearing in mind the first two have been pretty much two of my favourite wines which I have tried so far. But they used the same grape which they did in that first sparkling wine, so they've got the Chardonnay grape and the Pinot Noir grapes, both used to make the Rosé. But let's try it and see if it's as good as it looks. They're on fire. Honestly, I don't know what acidity means, but when I drink wine, usually I say it's too acidic for me because it's too harsh. And these ones just all seem to be really smooth, easy to drink, so I definitely recommend coming here. Now our final drink, the Pinot Noir, and you can tell they are famous for their Pinot Noir as they've used the grape in the sparkling wine, the Rosé, and now the Pinot Noir, which we are trying. So this one's probably going to be a bit dark. I'm probably not going to like this one as much as I don't usually like red wine that much, but we'll try it anyway. You never know, I might like it. It's nice, it's definitely probably at the end of the pile, but it is still really nice, probably better than the red which we tried up at the last place. So far so good. Our final drink to try is the Fragola Gin, which again, they grow the grapes here on site, and it's an Italian grape which isn't very good with the wine, so instead they used it to make the gin. But let me tell you a little bit more about Loira Vines. So it's an Aboriginal name, and it actually stands for charcoal reduced to dust, and that stands for the grey and the sort of sandy soil which they have here, and that is where they got their name from. And when I say they, it was actually a couple who came here on a wine tour going around Launceston. They saw this winery and they were like, oh, it's a really nice winery. And then they saw it go up for sale a few years after and thought, you know what, let's buy it. So they moved from New South Wales to here and have bought out this winery, and I'm glad they have because it all tastes delicious so far. It is also one of the smallest vineyards here with a cellar door, and they actually grow and make the wines and gins in a very small quantity as they share the equipment with another local winery. So I definitely recommend coming just to support them for that. They also do beers because they grow their own hops, and they also do cider and they grow their own apples too. So it's a really small little independent winery, and I have to say I've had a really good time, and the lady's been really good at telling us all of the information. But too much of me talking now, it is time to try the gin and see what we think of the gin. So it's obviously neat, not got any tonic or lemonade or whatever we want with it, so let's see what we think of it. That's actually really nice. Quite a sweet gin, and it tastes very fruity too. So if you're into the sort of fruity, sweet gins rather than the original dry gins, I definitely recommend giving this one a try. We've moved on to our next stop, which will be a break from the wine as we are heading to Turner Stillhouse. This one's a little different as they're best known for their whiskey and spirits, all made here in the Tamar Valley. So let's head in and see what they're distilling. This is really cool because as you come in, you can actually see all of the different barrels and the distillers which they've got here in their factory. And then you walk around and you've got the bar just ahead of us here. So it's nice and small one too, but I'm looking forward to trying all the gins. So we're currently sat outside of the Three Cuts Rose Veers at the Turner Stillhouse. And we've been given our menu and we've ordered already. So we had the choice of either the Gintro, which is 3 gins for $15, or the ginormous, which is 5 gins and a vodka. So we're going to get the ginormous to share between the both of us. You can obviously also get whiskey too here, however we're not a fan of whiskey, so we're going to steer clear of that. But I'll get Beth to show you the view which we are seeing right now as we are sat here enjoying our gins. Just look at how amazing that is. Probably the best view of the 3 places which we have been to so far. You can also get cheese boards, and I think you can get some wine too by the looks of it. Oh no, not wine, you can get cocktails, sorry, as well if you do want any of the cocktails, and they've got a little grazing menu with it, which is cheese boards. So we've got our first 3 to try. We've got the vodka, we've got the Founder's Gin, and then we've also got the Distiller's Release. So these are the 3 which we've got to try so far, and then the others will come later on. We've got the choice as well of either tonic water or soda water. So before trying them with either tonic or soda, we were told to try them neat to see what we thought of that. So we've got our first one here. We're going to see what this is like. They always smell of petrol, don't they? But let's try it. Oh, that is definitely very strong. One of the nicer ones though, to be fair, because usually when you have vodka as a shot, you're basically on the floor after. But that's actually not too bad. It didn't quite knock me down onto the floor. And now let's try one of the gins. So we'll try the Founder's Gin first. That's quite nice. Definitely would probably have it with a mixer rather than straight neat, but still tastes really good, to be fair. And then the final one is the Distiller's Release. So we'll give this one a try. The reason as well that it's called 3 cuts is because they use 3 different kinds of roses here in Tasmania, which is pretty cool because they distill it with those 3 different cuts. Let's see what this one's like. Oh, if anyone actually drank gin neat, I would be surprised, because I think gin tastes awful until you add some tonic water, some soda water, or some lemonade. So we're going to add that, and I'll let you know what we think of it. So after adding the tonic water, those actually tasted delicious, and unfortunately Beth added soda water to the vodka, which I knew I wasn't going to like, and in the end I didn't like it as much, and that was probably because there was soda water inside. But the next 3 drinks have arrived. So I'll start off with the feijoa. So this feijoa is a tropical fruit which you only really get grown here and in New Zealand, and it's actually grown all the way over there on the opposite side of the river. So that's where they're growing this feijoa fruit. The next one is the Midnight Rambler, which is more of an orangey sort of taste. So it'll be interesting to see what that's like, because we love a bit of chocolate orange or orangey flavoured foods. And then the last one is the Cherry Blossom. And the cherries are actually grown just 10 minutes down the road from here. And apparently that one tastes pretty good neat. So we'll give them all a try. I think I'm going to add tonic water though to a couple of them, just a little bit of tonic water, just to take off the edge. Starting off with the feijoa, which is the tropical one. We'll see what we think of this one. That's actually really nice. I'll probably say that's my favourite one of the gins so far, because it's got that little bit of a tropically taste to it, which I do quite like, the tropical, like mangoes, pineapples, all of those sort of fruits. So that has got a bit of a taste to that. And when we go to New Zealand, we'll have to try a feijoa and see what we actually think of the fruit on its own. Next one is the Midnight Rambler. So this should have a bit more of an orangey taste to it. That is nice as well. I can't really, I don't know, actually, yeah, I can get a little bit of the citrusy taste, maybe a little bit of orange from that glass. So again, a really nice one. And then the final one is the Cherry Blossom, which we've obviously got neat. I can see why you have that one neat. It is nice. However, it tastes a little bit like a Negroni. You know, the Negroni cocktail, it's a little bit on that stronger side. So maybe that one did need a bit of tonic water, but it doesn't look like we've got much tonic water left to have with that Cherry Blossom. But one interesting fact which we were told about the previous 3, so the Distiller's Release, which was the one on the left-hand side, or your right-hand side, was actually given 5th place in gins in the world. So that is really impressive. So they must have pretty good gins here, and I definitely recommend coming, because it's a really nice view, just sitting outside, looking over the lake and enjoying your drinks. So we've now finished with the Turner's Stillhouse and making our way onto the next and final of the distilleries / wineries. And we've just noticed actually that there's a Tamar Valley's wine tour, which is just in front of us here. And they actually have buses which go from Launceston to all of the different wineries / distilleries. So you can check that out. We've obviously got a hire car, so we drove to the first 2 because Beth wasn't drinking. And then the last two, because she is drinking, we've got an Uber instead. But the next one and the final one is next door, and I'll tell you all about it now. And so our final stop today is here. We are back to wine at the Tamar Ridge Cellar door. They are one of the Tamar Valley's most well-known producers, especially famous for their cool climate Pinot Noir and sparkling wines. So it's a perfect way to finish the day. So let's head inside and give some wines a try. But I have to say, the last one was really good, so I definitely recommend going there if you're into your gins, and with them having one which was actually in the top 5 of the world gins, they must have some pretty good ones in there. So in the next winery, we have opted to do another tasting. We're actually not too sure on how many tastings we're gonna get, because we sort of sat down at the bar and he said, you interested in doing tastings? We said yes, and then it's gone off from there. So he's just given us our first wine, which is actually a sparkling. So it looks really nice, definitely a really nice colour. Again, we had a little bit more, but Beth's already tried ours, but we'll give it a try and see what we think of it. That is actually really nice, to be fair, and it's got sort of like an apple-y taste, and it's meant to have that crisp apple taste with a citrus flavour too, so definitely would say I'm getting those sort of hints of flavour. In terms of if it's my favourite or not, I'd say I preferred the second winery. That's still my number one. This one's a little bit harsher than the second winery, but this area is beautiful. And wait until I show you the views outside, because they are insane. So you can sit outside or you can sit inside. We've opted to go for the bar. Really cool experience again. And once we finish, we'll go outside and I'll show you all of that. Our next two wines to try are the Riesling and the Chardonnay. So the Riesling is quite a dry and zesty wine, so I'm looking forward to giving that a try. And the Chardonnay, which we don't usually like, is a little bit subtler and softer, and again, done in an oak casket. So we're going to start off firstly with the Riesling, so it's a little bit of an easier drink compared to the Chardonnay. Nice and clear again, which is what we like to see. Now, let's see what we think of it. That's a really good Riesling again. I feel like all of the Rieslings that we've tried today, I think it's only been 2, but the 2 which we have tried have both been delicious, nice and easy to drink, very soft, and I could sit here and drink that all night. And now the Chardonnay. So here it is, slightly yellower in colour. As you can see there, it's probably from the oak casket, but let's give it a try. That is definitely one of the best Chardonnays I've tried. When he says it's soft, he means it's soft. Really easy to drink again. Definitely going to recommend this to my mum when she comes across, because she loves a Chardonnay, so hopefully she will enjoy that one. But we're going to enjoy our next 2 glasses of wine. They're nice and cool again, with incredible views and a beautiful vineyard too. And then our final drink of the day is the Pinot Noir. So yet another one of these, as they are famous for their Pinot Noir here in Tasmania with their cool climate. We're going to give it a try. It's meant to be a bit of like a raspberry sort of taste, a little bit subtler on the red side apparently. I never know any of this, but it's also got a bit of a blueberry taste potentially too. So we'll give it a try and I'll let you know what I think. Definitely subtler. I feel like all the red wines that I've tried here whilst I've been in Tasmania have definitely been easier to drink, and definitely prefer them more to the other red wines which we usually have. So we definitely need to look out for the Tasmania or cooler climates red wine, as that is the red wine which we seem to like the taste of. So it cost us $20 per person to do the taster, so fairly reasonable again. And all of the tastings which we've done both here and in the Adelaide Hills have been really reasonable. And now we are finished with our tour around the Tamar Valley wine region, getting to try loads of lovely wines. We also got some gins and 1 vodka too, and they were all really nice, but our favourite has got to be the Loira one. We got a really nice, good service there. The wines were really nice too, so I definitely recommend giving that one a visit if you do come here to Tasmania, especially Launceston, because obviously it's not that close to anywhere else. But I told you that I would show you the amazing views which you get at this final winery, and look at this. Absolutely insane view. So you can get a great photo over here after trying all your wines, and just look at that. Absolutely insane. And they said that the last one, that over there is where they grow the Fidjura, which is that fruit which you can get with the gin. So we've had an amazing day. Definitely recommend doing it whilst you are here in Launceston. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. It goes a long way to supporting the channel, and the more subscribers I'm getting, the better I'm getting out the videos. So do make sure to let me know down in the comment section below too where I could improve, so that in my future videos they can get better and better. Also, if you did enjoy this one, check out yesterday's video where we did a little trip all the way from Bisheno all the way to Launceston, stopping off at some amazing spots, including beaches, waterfalls, and much more. So I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog. We'll be actually heading up to Cradle Mountain, and we'll have an amazing accommodation when we are up there. So make sure you check that one out.